and welcome to Imagine This Stories. Have you ever been really sneaky and snuck up on someone and surprised them? Did they scream? I bet they did. Today, we're going to hear a true story about a man who had to be really sneaky. He was a smuggler. Do you know what a smuggler is? It's someone who secretly carries things from one place to another, things that aren't allowed to be in that place. Want to hear more? Great. Sit back, relax, kick off your shoes, and for the next few minutes, imagine this. Today, I want to tell you the story of a man who became known as God's smuggler. A man who risked everything to bring Bibles into places where they were not allowed. His name was Brother Andrew, and he was really brave and trusted God to do the impossible. Brother Andrew was born in 1928 in the Netherlands. When he was 12 years old, his country was fighting in World War II. These were very hard years. There was not a lot of food, there were bombs dropping, and the people were afraid a lot of the time. Because of this, Andrew grew up surrounded by danger. Now you may be thinking, well, that's not a good thing. And in a way, you are correct. Fortunately, God used all of this to make Andrew into a brave man who liked adventure. When he turned 18, Andrew joined the Dutch army and was sent to a country called Indonesia to fight. But his dreams of excitement and honor ended in pain. While he was fighting, he was shot in the ankle. The wound was serious, and he was sent back to the Netherlands to recover. Again, you may be thinking, well, that's not a good thing either. And again, in a way, you're right. But this injury turned out to change his life. He was stuck in bed for months while his ankle healed. So to pass the time, he started reading his Bible. But soon, after many hours of reading God's Word, his heart began to change. He became a Christian, and then he prayed to God a simple prayer that would affect the rest of his life. He said, "Lord, make me a missionary. Wherever you want me to go, I'll go. Whatever it costs, I'll follow you." God heard his prayer and gave him a very unusual mission. It was the 1950s, and Bibles were not allowed in some countries. And Christians who lived in these countries often had to hide so no one would hurt them. Andrew felt that God was telling him to go to these Christians and bring them Bibles. Yikes! One of the most famous stories from Brother Andrew's life happened on one of these trips. After filling his suitcases with Bibles, he loaded them into his car, an old Volkswagen Beetle. He didn't try to hide the suitcases because he knew the guards would search the car. He drove toward the border of a communist country where smuggling Bibles was not only illegal, it could mean arrest, prison, or worse. As he waited in line to cross the border, Andrew prayed. He knew he couldn't rely on clever tricks or a perfect hiding spot. The guards were thorough. A lot of times, not only would they check out the entire car, but they would also make people unpack their suitcases. And so Andrew prayed a very unusual prayer. He said, "Lord, in my luggage I have Bibles. I want to take these to your children across the border. When you were here on earth, you made blind eyes see. Now, I pray, please make the seeing eyes blind. Don't let the guards see what is right in front of them." What do you think happened? When his turn came, Andrew pulled up to the checkpoint. The guard motioned for him to open his suitcases. Andrew's heart pounded. He lifted the cases full of Bibles and set them before the guard. The guard glanced down, then waved him on. No questions. It was as if the Bibles were invisible. Andrew packed up his car again and drove through without a single Bible being touched. And this wasn't the only time that it happened. Again and again, Brother Andrew would pray that same prayer at border crossings. And again, God would close the eyes of the inspectors. Brother Andrew went on to spend his entire life encouraging Christians and smuggling Bibles wherever they were needed. His ministry, Open Doors, continues his mission today, bringing hope and Bibles into some of the hardest to reach places in the world. Wow, what a story! And it really happened. It makes me think, we have a pretty amazing God. He can do the impossible, even closing the eyes of guards to accomplish His work. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you enjoyed the story of Brother Andrew, and I look forward to talking to you again soon as we imagine this. Bye!